Testing 1, 2. Whoa! There you are. Hey, it's Braden. Maybe you don't remember me. Maybe you remember me from yesterday. I did the first video. Yeah, okay. But to my subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't thank you enough for believing in us right out of the gate. It means the world to us. This is new platform, new everything. So we're running and gunning, one take, no script, raw, baby, coming at you from amazing, beautiful Montana. My name's Braden Matthews. I'm the owner of V-Force. We do survival training, emergency preparedness kits, as well as emergency planning. So yesterday I left you with the thought of everyday carry. You know what? Actually, before I get into that, I want to say a couple things. I want to talk about sort of the elephant in the room, if you will. The world's in a crazy place right now. We are just spinning. But here's the rub. We always have been. So we're on an orb spinning through space since the dawn of time. So all bets are off. Preparedness, like Mike over at Fieldcraft Survival says, and that's a great channel if you guys haven't checked it out, Fieldcraft Survival. In his EDC video, I believe my memory is correct here, he alluded to the fact that preparedness isn't really scalable. It's not something that you work up to. It's an everyday approach to life and living. So again, those of us that have a certain background, particularly a combat background, understand that. You don't need a combat background to understand that. Being prepared is starting with your mindset and then building off of that foundation, adding kit or gear or equipment. So the purpose of these follow-up videos on everyday carry is to really kind of do this video first, which is an overview of everyday carry, starting with the literal definition from the intraweb, and then go into each individual category and why, the how, what, where, when, and why of those items. So this is a long conversation, and this is a conversation, that's what we call a commitment, the conversation, starting a conversation about this. A lot of gyms, when you're wanting to get into shape, if that's the way you choose to get into shape, a lot of people join gyms, and gyms are paid for by promises, not follow through. That's a fact. So this is a conversation that we hope that you'll continue to have the rest of your life. It's an approach that's necessary if you want to get the best out of each day and the best out of your life. So that's the whole point, like we talked about yesterday, surviving. Our motto here is live to survive to live. So with that said, I'm going to jump back here. We're going to talk about some stuff real quick, and the sophomore video, baby, 0-0 dose. Alrighty, that was pretty easy, right? So I'm just going to start jumping right in with the literal definition from the intraweb of what everyday carry is. It says here that everyday carry is a collection of useful items that are consistently carried on person every day. Sounds fair. The main reasons for having EDC are utility and preparedness. Great point. It's two sides of that everyday carry coin. To help individuals overcome simple everyday problems and to prepare someone for unexpected and possibly dangerous situations. Some of the most common EDC items are knives, flashlights, multi-tools, wallets, smartphones, watches, key rings, notebooks, firearms, and pens. While often distributed among pockets in everyday clothing, carry options are frequently expanded by the addition of clothing accessories like a fanny pack, purse, small day pack, bracelets, or even footwear like long boots or a vest with pockets. How EDC items are stored, though, depends on the purpose and intentions of the EDC items. Critical line there. For example, if one is worried about being abducted, let's say you're working in austere environments, you're overseas, you're on contract, you're working for the government, you're in the field, that's a possible scenario in your everyday life. So your EDC is going to be adjusted according to those task parameters. And collects items to assist in escape. They may store items in more discreet locations. Everyday carry has become an internet subculture? Okay, well, it's a subculture, folks. We see it here, and like-minded folks see it as an everyday way of life. So I'm going to jump right in. Again, we're starting broad here. This video is going to do this, and then each video is going to do this. And we're going to come at you. So we want you to be involved in this channel. We want you guys, we want your input, we want your comments, your, whether they're right or wrong, good or bad. We don't want idiocy, clown show 101. Be mature, be direct, be honest. And then that way we can all grow. We can all get to a better place in our preparedness and hopefully in our everyday lives. So that being said, let's go to the equipment. First category. I'll take hydration for 100, Alex. Boom! What's the most important item that you need so that you don't die? What is water? Ding, ding. Cool. Water. We'll get into it. I'm not going to do these in any particular order. So medical, boom, super, super just non-negotiable. Most people don't carry this. We used to do this little contest where we would approach people on the streets, and from the old, it's sort of taken from the old game show, Let's Make a Deal. And at the end of the show, the host would say, he'd go to people in the audience and say, hey, do you have a paper clip in your purse? I'll give you $100. So we started doing that and realized how ill-prepared people were. We'd say, hey, do you have a tourniquet on you? And they would say, tourniquet. Some people would say, what is a tourniquet? Other people would say, you know what, I don't. It's in my vehicle. Okay, I understand that, but it doesn't do you any good in a situation of duress, emergency. So medical kit, all different versions. These are two that we had made for us. We'll get into the specifics of those when we get into medical. Following up on that, just because of what's going on now, your hand sanitizer. We've got 3 different versions of what we carry with us, and we'll get into those as well. Next up, illumination or flashlight or headlamp, whatever you want to utilize in your quiver based on your lifestyle, day-to-day, and task parameters. Extra batteries for that. We love paracord. Well, you say, what's paracord? Well, paracord is a cordage that's used for lashing, it's used for sewing, it's used for repairing. It's just a great item to have in your everyday carry. Next up, oldest tool known to man, pretty much, is the knife. And one of the most important in the everyday carry. This is my everyday carry personally. This is a folder version, so it means the knife folds, versus having a fixed blade. This is more of a bushcrafter, meaning an outdoor wilderness kind of fixed blade. This goes around your neck, hangs around your neck, and integrates with a ferrocerium rod, which takes us to fire. A ferrocerium rod is an item that ignites sparks off of it at a very high temperature and can start fire. Fire is our next category. So I just typically when people come to me and say, hey, can you teach me how to make a bow drill? I say, no, I can't actually. I don't. I just rather take a Bic and just kind of do that. You can get them in 5 packs. You can get them in, a lot of packs. Distribute them throughout your kit. Have redundancies as well. And then, smartphone or not a smartphone, which can be used for telling time, looking up a myriad of items, information, apps, etc. But the 2 reasons that I really lean on that tool is for time and GPS capabilities. In terms of the GPS, my analog backup is a compass, several versions of that. Again, we'll get into that. Electronics, if you carry them, we've got small cases that we put our electronics in. And second last but not least would be self-defense. The obvious would be a firearm that you carry on your person, or in your vehicle, or in your home, or all the above. This is one obviously that's a handgun. We also carry extra ammunition with us on our person. And then another item of self-defense would be possibly, a steel barreled ballpoint pen. Simple but effective. And then, as a superfluous item, not really something that adds benefit in terms of, well, actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, it actually could benefit both utility and preparedness, is bourbon. You're going to hear a lot about bourbon. Bourbon, I've known bourbon for a while, actually. We met a while ago. I actually am from the Kentucky area, and we'll get into bourbon on some other videos. Trust me, this is just a small flask that we carry with us, depending again on where we're going, what we're doing, and all that. Love it. That's really the long and short of it. So this was the broad video of EDC, the Everyday Carry. Oh, you know what? The bourbon got me so like thrown off course. How do you carry those items? You're asking. Dude, like, where do you can't put all this stuff on you. Man, you guys, you keep me on point. So the obvious, again, like it said in the initial definition, is that, you know, it's going to be on your persons, in your pockets. That's one way. Another would be one of the fanny packs, man purses, whatever you want to call it. Another great way to carry your EDC items, depending on the scenario. Next up would be the backpack. Straightforward, simple, everybody knows what it is. This is one that we carry. And then last but not least, and again, these all carry systems can be carried on person, in vehicle, and home, and or business. But I'm giving you the how in terms of from individual all the way up to home and business. So this would be one that you would have, you know, stored in your home or business, and in your vehicle actually. But how you carry is really kind of based on, and again, we're going to do a deeper dive on it, on what your mobility is or isn't. So broad. So we're going to take it really tight and narrow. We're going to jump into the pipeline and bring you guys some really, really awesome stuff. We've really been afforded the opportunity to have access to some really, really great gear. And, you know, we're not sponsored by anyone. We only use what we love and that what works. So if the design, what we call form, meets the function, its utilitarian value, and those two meet, that's a win-win. But we're not going to sacrifice function for form. So if something looks cool, that's great, but looking cool doesn't save your life. So it just looks cool. That is really the long and short of it, man. I actually could keep talking, but I got other shit I got to do, and I'm sure you do too. So thank you for tuning in for this sophomore video. We couldn't be more stoked that you're here. Please, please share with other people. Spread the word so that people subscribe. We're new for this. I'm so thankful for all of you that joined me the first day, the first day. And we're really looking forward to continuing this and growing this and expanding this. So please, please tell us what you want, what you don't want. And if we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen. So, you know, like we say, live to survive to live. Get out there and kick it in the pants. Crush it. Have an awesome day. Can't wait to bring our next video to you guys, and that's about it for today. All right, I'm Braden Matthews.